What if I told you there's a type of fat that could be hiding inside your body right now? One that doesn't just make you look bloated, but actually squeezes your organs, messes with your hormones, and speeds up aging. You can't pinch it, you can't always see it. But it's there. Quietly, working against you. It's called visceral fat. And here's the crazy part. You could look skinny on the outside and still have dangerous amounts building up on the inside. Let's be real. Everyone talks about wanting abs, a flat stomach, or a smaller waist. But visceral fat is about way more than looks. It's about survival. Research from Harvard Health and the Mayo Clinic shows that visceral fat increases your risk of heart disease, diabetes, inflammation, hormonal issues, even Alzheimer's. Here's the kicker. You could have normal weight, normal BMI, and still have high visceral fat. That's what doctors call TOFI. Thin outside, fat inside. So if you've been eating okay, maybe exercising, and yet you still feel tired, foggy, bloated, or your waistline won't budge, this might be why. And here's the good news. Studies from NIH and Cleveland Clinic show that visceral fat actually burns faster than subcutaneous fat once you trigger the right metabolic signals. That means if you do the right things, you can see progress, sometimes within weeks. Okay, so picture your abdomen like a city. The outer layer, your skin and surface fat, that's the suburbs, the stuff you can see and grab. But deep inside the city, wrapped around your liver, intestines, and pancreas, that's the downtown district. And when visceral fat moves in, it clogs the streets and pollutes everything. This internal fat releases chemicals called cytokines. Think of them as smoke signals of inflammation. They raise your blood pressure, damage your arteries, mess up your insulin, and even mess with your brain's hunger signals. That's why some people constantly feel hungry even after eating. Visceral fat literally hijacks your hormones. It's a vicious loop. The more visceral fat you have, the easier it is to gain more, and the harder it feels to lose weight. But don't worry. Science gives us an exact blueprint for breaking that loop, and it starts with a surprising fact. Diet is not enough. I know. You've been told, just eat less. But visceral fat doesn't care about calorie math. It cares about hormones, especially insulin and cortisol. When your insulin levels are constantly high, from sugary drinks, snacks, processed carbs, your body locks fat inside your organs like it's saving for an apocalypse. On the flip side, when insulin goes down and your body starts using fat for energy, visceral fat is one of the first reserves it taps into. So, rule number 1, lower insulin spikes. And no, that doesn't mean keto everything. It means cut sugar and refined carbs, like white bread, pastries, and soda. Eat balanced meals with protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Give your body time between meals. Intermittent fasting works here because it lowers insulin and gives your body time to burn stored fat. But here's where it gets cool. Studies show that combining high-intensity exercise with these nutrition changes burns visceral fat up to 3 times faster than diet alone. Let's unpack that. High-intensity interval training, or HIIT, the kind where you push hard for 30 seconds, then rest, triggers an afterburn effect called EPOC, which stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Your body keeps burning fat for hours after you're done. And visceral fat, it hates that. Just 20 minutes of HIIT 3 times a week can start cutting deep abdominal fat within weeks, according to research from the Journal of Obesity. Pair that with strength training. So, lifting weights or body weight resistance, in time you double your win. Because more muscle means higher metabolism, and that means less visceral fat storage. So, if you've been spending an hour walking on the treadmill every day, here's the truth. That's great for your heart, but it's not the fastest way to attack visceral fat. You need intensity, resistance, and consistency. Alright, time for something most people ignore, and honestly, it might be the reason you're stuck. Let's talk about cortisol, your stress hormone. When you're constantly stressed, deadlines, lack of sleep, doom scrolling at 2 in the morning, cortisol rises, and your body stores more visceral fat. Why? Well, because biologically, your body thinks you're under threat and starts hoarding fat around your organs for protection. Even worse, high cortisol breaks down muscle, slows your metabolism, and spikes cravings for sugar and salty foods. Basically, the perfect recipe for belly fat. So here's rule number 2. Manage stress like your abs depend on it, because they literally do. Simple hacks. Walk outside for 10 minutes when you're stressed. Try 5-minute box breathing or meditation daily. Avoid scrolling before bed. Blue light triggers cortisol. And keep your sleep consistent, 7 to 8 hours. Dark room, no caffeine after 2 in the afternoon. Sleep is where your hormones reset, your body detoxes, and your metabolism repairs. Miss that window, and you're fighting uphill. Harvard studies show people who sleep less than 6 hours a night have up to 40% more visceral fat than those who get 7 to 8 hours. So, yes, your workout and diet matter, but your sleep and stress might be the real game changer. Now let's put all this together into what I call the Visceral Fat Fast Track Plan. Step 1. Fix your mornings. Start with protein and fiber. Skip the sugar bombs like cereal and pastries. Try eggs with spinach or maybe oatmeal with berries and nuts. This keeps insulin steady and hunger low for hours. Bonus tip. Try a 12 or 14-hour overnight fast, like finishing dinner by 7 p.m. and eating again at 9 a.m. That gentle fasting window lets your body start tapping into stored fat while you sleep. Step 2. Add HIIT 3 times a week. If you're new, start small. Just 20 minutes total. For example, do 30 seconds of sprinting or jumping jacks, then 30 seconds of rest, and repeat for 10 to 15 rounds. Add in some bodyweight strength moves like push-ups, squats, or planks. Remember, it's about intensity, not duration. Step 3. Walk more. Outside of your workouts, aim for 8 to 10,000 steps a day. This isn't just fluff. NEAT, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis, burns tons of calories over time and really improves insulin sensitivity. Step 4. Sleep, stress, and self-care. Prioritize recovery. If your stress is through the roof, your fat loss will stall no matter how hard you train. Recovery is not laziness, it's strategy. Step 5. Track progress smartly. Forget the scale for a second. Track your waist measurement, how your clothes fit, your energy, and your mood. These are the real indicators of shrinking visceral fat. And remember, visceral fat burns first. You might not see abs right away, but inside, your organs are getting healthier, your heart's working easier, and your energy skyrockets. Let me share a quick real-life example. A friend of mine, Alex, 31 years old, software engineer, thought he was fine. Not overweight, worked out occasionally, but always tired. Blood test, high triglycerides, borderline insulin resistance. He didn't crash diet. He didn't go keto. He just followed what I shared, cleaned up his meals, added 3 HIIT sessions a week, managed stress, and committed to sleeping more. 3 months later, waist down 3 inches, blood work normal, energy through the roof. The visible change? Just the bonus. That's the power of science, not fads. So if you're watching this right now thinking, that's impossible for me, pause. You're not broken, you're just missing the right formula. And now, you have it. Alright, let's recap your science-backed game plan to shrink visceral fat fast. First, cut sugar, refined carbs, and processed junk. Eat real food. Second, add protein and fiber to every meal to keep insulin steady. Third, train smart. 3 HIIT and 2 strength sessions per week. Fourth, walk daily. Don't underestimate simple movement. Fifth, sleep 7 to 8 hours and manage stress because cortisol kills fat loss. Sixth, track progress. Waist, energy, mood, not just the scale. Do this consistently for 4 to 6 weeks and not only will you see a difference, you'll feel it. More energy, better mood, clearer skin, stronger confidence. This isn't about perfection, it's about small, consistent wins. That's how you melt the fat you can't see, and build a body you can finally feel proud of. If this video gave you value, do me a favor, hit that like button so YouTube knows this message matters. Subscribe if you want more science-based ways to look and feel your best, because next week, we're breaking down 5 gut health foods that accelerate fat loss. Drop a comment right now. What's been your biggest struggle? Food, motivation, sleep, stress? I read every single one, and hey, share this with a friend who's been saying, I just can't lose my belly. You might literally help them add years to their life. Like this video if you learned something new. Comment your biggest challenge with belly fat. I might feature your story next week, and don't forget to subscribe, we're just getting started.